Good afternoon, you are welcome. It's Monday. Time check is 5:22 p.m. I just closed from work and I need to give you this update again about applying to become an ALT in Japan. Remember, this live stream and everything I do here is for you to get hired in Japan. And so if this is your first time, welcome to my live. This is Adventures of Japan. What we do here is talk about how to secure ALT jobs in Japan. Once you have a degree, you are more than qualified. All you need to do is to follow this account, subscribe, ring the bell so that next time I bring an update, you will be first to be notified. So in today's live, I'm going to be talking about CV, resume, what you need to do, what you don't need to do in order to land a job as an ALT. So if you are new here, you are welcome. Subscribe and let's keep going. Yeah, you are welcome. Thank you. Thank you for the likes. You are welcome. Kindly share this live with others. Kindly share with others so that we can all come together and learn. All right? Just trying to position my camera well. I don't know which one is better. How about this? Yeah, I think it's okay. Yeah, so resume, popularly called CV, curriculum vitae. Are they really important? What do you think? Yes, resumes are really important. They are your life history in terms of work, right? A resume is your life history in terms of work or schooling, right from the beginning of your schooling up to where you are now. It speaks volume about you, what your skills are, what your strengths are. It has to be said in the resume. However, people make certain mistakes, which could be, sorry, I'm by the roadside, so people make certain mistakes which could be avoidable, and that could harm their chances. And that is why I am here to help you understand, especially when you are applying for jobs in Japan. All right? Because here we talk about how to come to Japan. I pray that YouTube allow us to keep going today past 15 minutes as they did for us on Friday. Yeah. So I was saying that resume talks about you as a person, your strengths. Because if someone sees you, if you see me speaking now, you might not know my qualifications. You might not know my strengths. Aside you hearing my voice that, okay, I give tips, that's okay. But I need to put them on paper, which recruiters would need to read. Okay. And there's a Western style of resume, and there's a Japanese style, traditional Japanese style of resume. Today, I will talk about the differences, but I will encourage you or I will let you understand which is best for you. To start with, the traditional Japanese resume, which is called Rirekisho, Japanese standard resume. It is structured in a way that you start listing your education from the oldest to the newest. Okay? From the oldest to the newest. However, in the Western style, you need to start from the current to the oldest. And that is what we need to focus on. We need to stick to that because the companies you are applying to, the dispatch companies you are applying to, even though they reside in Japan, they kind of stick to the Western style. So you need to just focus on the Western style from the current to the oldest. And I'm answering a question specifically under a video on my YouTube channel today, which asks that, do I need to include my high school qualification in my resume? The answer is yes, you need to. You know why? Because in Japan, if you skip that aspect, it means you are skipping a gap, or you are bringing a gap in your resume, or you are trying to hide something very important in your life. You are trying to tell the recruiters that when you were young, maybe 15, 16, 17, when you are supposed to be at a high school, that is secondary school, senior secondary school, maybe you skip that side for a reason no one knows. Okay? So you need to include your high school. So university, that is the basic qualification for an ALT application, ALT job application. Then if you attended a training college or other institution aside high school, you need to list them after the bachelor's or after the university. Then the high school, okay? The courses you study, the year you entered, you need to state all those things, okay? So that it will make your life very, very authentic to the recruiters in Japan. All right. I started by asking, what is a resume? And I made sure you understand that resume is a life about you, your life being put on paper, your strengths and weaknesses on paper. Remember, you don't need to put your weaknesses on paper though, but during interviews, they could ask you, what are your weaknesses? And this one, I'm just digressing a little bit. Good morning. Good morning. You are welcome. You are welcome. So if such a question is being asked, never ever say you don't have any weakness. Never ever say you don't have any weakness during any interview, not only ALT interview or coming to Japan. An interview is an interview, whether you go in person or online, and a question is being put before you. Tell me about your weaknesses. Never ever say you have no weaknesses. No, that is a failure. If you say that, the recruiter sees you as somebody who thinks he is fluent, he is perfect, he is blameless, he is without a mistake, and that could harm your chances. So when a question is being asked about your weaknesses, so you have, as you are watching this, you need to look into yourself. Think about, what do you think is a challenge for you? Okay? And try to profess a solution to it for yourself. So if such a question is being put before you, you tell the one that, okay, studying myself, I have found out that I am weak at this and that, but I have taken these steps to correct them, or I am taking these steps to work on them, which means you have detected the challenge with yourself and you have taken steps in solving or in resolving that challenge. That is about how to answer such a question. So let me come back to the ALT CV stuff. We all know that as a person, as a human growing up, we might be thinking about doing certain things. Especially somebody like me, I like to explore. I did this course, I did that course, but I had certificate in mechanics, or I have a certificate in project management. And when I am applying for a position as a teacher, I don't need to write anything about project management, right? Because I know purely this is about teaching. So, as you are applying for an ALT position, maybe you did a course in food and nutrition, or you did a course in agriculture, you did a course in business management. That is fine, that is okay. But for you to be hired, for you to get hired easily, take it that many people are applying, and most people have been teaching for some time now, or they have been teachers for some time now. They have this certificate, they have that certificate in education. You don't have in education, but probably you were a Sunday school teacher in your country, or you volunteered to take care of children at some point in an organization. You didn't talk about that. You were talking about your agriculture, how you were extension officer and you help farmers to do. Do you think the recruiters will bypass those people who have experience handling children and get to you who is talking about agriculture in your CV? No, it doesn't work that way. Subscribe if you have not subscribed. Please subscribe and share with others, okay? Let's share this live. So the point is, as a human being, you can have separate CVs for separate jobs. Okay? You can have so many CVs for so many job applications. If you are applying for an English job, try and look at what you have done in the past, which can boost your chances to get hired as an English teacher. All right? Having all those experiences in agriculture and sciences, it's good, but it's a good thing in a wrong field if you use it to apply for an ALT. The degree is there. You have a degree in medical sciences. It's okay. But you don't have to talk about hospital works whilst you are applying to become an ALT, a teacher for that matter. You need to look for something that you have done in relation to teaching, in relation to education, in relation to handling kids, in relation to being with kids. Is that okay? Do you understand the point? Because it is only that would help boost your chances, because the recruiters are looking for people who have experiences or are willing to have experiences. Yeah, are willing to have experience. No, are willing to be trained to become teachers, to handle kids. So your experience being with kids matters a lot. Okay? I was going through Borderlink's site just last week, and I read something on LinkedIn. Guys, if you don't know, Borderlink is all over the social media. They are on LinkedIn, they are on Facebook, and they are on YouTube, they are on TikTok. Yeah. So take your time. I don't care if you go there to read for yourself. That's fine. But I am also here to give you the updates. I was reading through their site on LinkedIn, and I realized that they say if you are planning to apply for future intakes, you can apply now. Okay? Which means they might consider you for next year. That's fine. Even if you apply now, the fact that you get answered, that's perfect. But I know it will be difficult, or it is not highly possible that they get back to you now. So you have to start applying in May, like I've been saying. So, and they say that use this time to learn a skill, even if it is doing volunteer jobs or even Sunday school teaching. Okay? Handling kids, volunteer jobs. It's enough. Hi, Tiger. Yeah, so that is how it is. You should try to experience education in a way, handling kids. That is the only chance you can get to become an ALT, because experience counts. Okay. Yeah. So I was saying that for Japanese CV, and one thing is for Japanese CV, one major difference is you need to include your picture. You need to put your picture on the resume. That is the CV. It is very, very important, because they need to look at you on your CV. Good morning. Good morning, Adilas. Adilask. Yeah. Adila KG, whatever. Please like this live and share. Okay? We are talking about CV mistakes that people make. And I'm answering a question about whether I should include or whether one needs to include his or her high school qualification on the CV. Yes, it is very important. Good day. Emmanuel Oben, good day. If you have any question, feel free to drop it, because I will be reading and be answering as I proceed. Okay, so I mentioned that in Japan, traditionally, their CVs are in such that you start listing your earliest qualifications from maybe junior high school, university, and so on and so forth. But in the Western style, you start from the newest, that is the secondary, that is the university, then the high school, then any other institution follows. Okay, that is how it is with the Western style. And the dispatch companies that you are applying to, even though they are in Japan, they follow the Western style. But the main thing is you need to include your high school. And I mentioned that if you don't include the high school, it might send a signal that, one, you are trying to hide something. Two, you did not follow through all the requirements. That is the 12 years mandatory English experience. Okay? Can you speak? All right. So that is how it is. And I went ahead to say that we have different experiences in different fields. And so if you are applying for a job relating to agriculture, if you have any experience with agriculture, you should write all those things, listing dates from which time to which time. And if you are applying for English teaching jobs, if you have an experience in medicine, in agriculture, in food sciences, in whatever field, once it is not related to education, or once you cannot coin it to be beneficial to the recruiter who is looking for you to teach, then don't talk about it. All right. It is okay to list to write your certificate that you have certificate in this field, but the experiences, if you did not do anything relating to education, handling kids, you don't need to talk about your field, which is not related to teaching, because they are looking for you to come and teach. I watch your videos and okay, when did you apply? And I keep talking about this, that the fact that you applied once and they did not pick you doesn't stop you from reapplying again. Just that you need to time, you need to know the timing. Very, very important. And so the application season, the application timeline opens from May. Hi, Zoe, hi. The application for ALT position in Japan opens in May. So get prepared. Once you have applied before, you know the system, you know how the things work. May I ask, Emmanuel, were you interviewed, by the way? Were you interviewed, or just by submitting your documents, they say you are not selected? Can you drop it in the comment section so that I know how to advise you? So if you are new here, we are talking about coming to teach in Japan. And if you have a bachelor's degree, it doesn't matter the field. You are more than qualified to come and teach in Japan. Yeah, Zoe. Why are you watching from, Zoe? Where are you? Good afternoon from Japan. It is now 5:40 exactly p.m. in Japan. Thanks for the likes. Thanks for the likes. Let's go. Thanks for the likes. Bring the comment, ask any question about ALT teaching in Japan. I'm here to respond to all of them for you. Okay. All right. So the ALT application season is from May. Thank you for the subscription, Zoe. Thank you for the subscription. All right. Yeah. Even if you go to most of the websites of the dispatch companies, they say from May till December. But my strong suggestion is that you should apply from May ending, which is, or let's say early June, till October ending. Why? Because you need a document which is called Certificate of Eligibility. No internet. No interview. Okay. Were you asked to submit your introductory video? Did you submit the introductory video? All right. So if you apply between May ending or early June till October ending, this is going to give you an opportunity to reapply. Even if you apply 2 weeks, you did not hear from them, you can use a different email and apply again. You keep applying until you are being invited to an interview. Why do I keep saying you should keep reapplying? Because especially if you apply through the website, the Borderlinks website, or the other company's website, not Gaijin Port. They use automatic system, like automated system, to select the CVs or the applications. So cool. Thank you. Thank you. They use automated system to select applicants who they need to interview. So the fact that you applied and they did not get back to you doesn't mean your application is bad or something else. It's just that the automatic machine doesn't pick or didn't pick you. That is why you need to apply using a different email. Keep applying until you get informed that they want to interview you. And if they want to interview you, they are going to send a human being is going to send you an email with a link. This time they are using link. I don't know if they are going to repeat the same thing this year. During my time, it wasn't any link. It was a PDF and a Word document. Oh, goodbye. So you didn't tell us where you are watching from. Yeah, so this time, I don't know if they are going to use the Google document again. Yes, please try. And I've made videos about how to make your introductory video stand out, because this time around, once you send your introductory video, they might decide to tell you we are not interested again. We are not going to pick you again, because they have listened to your introductory video. And if you haven't made any convincing message in the introductory video, you haven't convinced the recruiter why they need to recruit you, they will just tell you straightforward, we are sorry, we are not able to proceed with you. And I have made how to make introductory video stand out on my channel. I've made that video on my channel. So what you need to do is go through my channel and watch that video and be in readiness to apply. So Ima, don't give up, okay? Australia, wow. Wow. Nice. How is Australia? What says the time in Australia now? It is now 5:44 p.m. in Japan. How about Australia? All right. So yeah, Ima, don't give up. You can do this, okay? You can do this. Yeah. So what was I saying? I was talking about, yes. So if you apply and they reject you or the machine didn't pick you and you keep applying, you will be invited. Definitely you will be invited. So if 2 weeks, 7:45 a.m. Is it a.m. or p.m.? Oh wow. So if you keep applying 2 weeks, 2 weeks, 2 weeks before you realize, you'll be invited. And like I was saying, there is a document that you need to apply for visa. PM? Wow. So it means you are leading Japan with 2 hours, because it is Monday here. Monday, 5:45 p.m. Oh, I see. Okay. All right. So, mind you, within a year, if you are being rejected, if you apply and, for example, someone sends the introductory video and they say, sorry, we can't proceed with you, that ends it for that year. Don't even attempt to reapply, because that year they will not get back to you. But the following year, you can reapply using the same email. Somebody like me, personally, I applied twice. The first year, I didn't get it. The second year, I reapplied. Even the second year, as I applied, I didn't get a response. So I kept applying using different emails. That is how come I got here. This is why I am telling you that if you apply within 2 weeks or after 2 weeks, you didn't get any message from them, try using a different email and reapply. I am talking from experience. That was how I got here, and I'm able to talk to you this way. So if you listen to me, kindly do the same thing, or if it makes sense to you, do what I'm doing or do what I did and it worked for me. How possible will it be that it will not work for you? It is highly impossible that if you follow this advice, it will not work for you. Okay? So please try it. All right. And everything I am saying, sometimes I might forget to say some certain things. So I have put all these things together in an ebook, okay, which I titled The ALT Journey, a complete guide to teaching in Japan. And so I'm going to leave the link in this description, in the description of this video. Make sure you get a copy and read at the convenience of your home or at the comfort of your home. It has all the links, all the necessary videos that you need to watch in order to land this job. Everything has been put together. It's a complete, compact ebook for you. Okay? Yeah, so I am here for you. Yeah, this is Japan. Good afternoon from Japan. If you are new here, this is Adventures of Japan. On this channel, we talk about how to land a job in Japan successfully. And today we are talking about CV, how you should craft your CV in order to land a job. And one most important thing is to add your picture on your CV. And I've added samples to the ebook I'm talking about. You will find sample resumes, sample cover letter, and a lot of things in the ebook that I might not be able to speak about here. Okay, so kindly get a copy. It's just $17, just $17. And if you are paying with Momo from Ghana or Nigeria, it's 200 Ghana cedis. Just get a copy, and you will not regret this because it's going to guide you all your way, because we are getting closer to May, right? Today is February 9th. Very soon, we'll be in May. And I need you to be in Japan, okay? So the document that I was talking about that you need to apply for your visa, which is called Certificate of Eligibility, if you get recruited, the dispatch company, without border link, interact, they will apply for that document on your behalf with the Japanese immigration in Japan. And that document, application of that document takes up to 3 months, maximum 3 months. It could be less, but it takes up to 3 months. Can I edit your CV for you? Link up after this and we'll talk about that, okay? Link up after this, because I do all those things. Initially, I do all those things. But now, if you need my time, we'll need to talk about it, okay? So you can link up after this. So the document called COE, Certificate of Eligibility, is what the companies are going to apply for on your behalf. It takes maximum 3 months, okay? That is why the companies try to recruit you early from May till December. So even if you apply in December, those people who have been applying in December, it is highly impossible for them to get that document. Okay, that is why I am stressing that you apply from May to October, so that the companies can apply for that document for you, even if it delays 3 months from October, November, December, January. Then you can get the document and they'll send it to your country. They'll post it to your country. And when you get that document, you need to go to the embassy of Japan in your country with that document. Without that document, you cannot apply for a work visa outside Japan. Okay? Without that document, that certificate of eligibility, you cannot apply for a work visa from outside Japan. And that is why I keep saying that no single individual can help you apply for that document. It is only companies that can apply for that document on your behalf, because the companies can recruit you. You need to prove that you are able to recruit the person before you can apply for that document. And mind you, that document in itself is not a visa. So I advise strongly that when people get that document, they should email their embassies and let them know, I have this document, I have that document. What else do I need to add to this document in order to apply for my visa? As simple as that. And once the embassy comes in and advise that add this, add that, and you get them, they will not deny you visa. Okay? They will not deny you. And I have read it and I replied. I said, link up after this and we'll talk about that, because that is going to be a one-on-one something. So you need to link up so that we discuss that, okay? I have a plan for this year. I have a plan. I can look at any document for anybody, but we need to come to an agreement because it is my time. Okay? Yeah, so it's my time. So now we need to be serious, okay? I used to do that from 2021. I have been doing this, but I did not start on YouTube. I have been guiding people on not Facebook, using WhatsApp. I do mini interviews for people to get them prepared and tell them, okay, you have to do this. This was okay, but you need to do it this way or that way. But this year, I think we need to be serious. So I want to see who are serious. So I have introduced a line. So let's see who is willing to cross that line. All right. So link up and we'll talk. Okay. Yeah. So once you have emailed the embassy and they give you everything you need, when you provide it, they are not going to deny you. Mind you, for Japan, if they are not going to give you something, once you submit, straightforward, they will tell you no. But once they have received your document and they ask you to add more, it means once you add it, they are going to give it to you. Good morning. Good morning. Is it Hajirin? Hajirin Per F9M. Where are you reaching out from? Emmanuel, where are you reaching from? Is it Ghana? Oben. I can see Oben. I know Emmanuel Oben is from Ghana. How about Hajirin? All right. Yeah, so if you are joining now, we are talking about CV mistakes that people make, which denies them the opportunity to get hired in Japan. All right. So don't make that mistake. List your qualification from not high school, from the current level, which is, if it is bachelor's, fine. If it is master's, fine. If it is whatever, fine. Yeah. But you should list up to high school. Yes, because don't miss out high school. It is very important to include your high school, because I am stressing this in answering a question being asked on my channel today. Do I need to include my high school in my CV? Yes. And also, if you are writing a CV looking for a teaching job, make sure you gather information about teaching. Make sure you talk about your experiences about teaching. Okay? Even if it is a volunteer work, talk about it. Even if it is a Sunday school teaching, it is an experience with children. Talk about it. All right? What? You just click play to yourself. What does it mean? Yeah, what does it mean? Hajirin. All right. Yeah, so talk about all your experiences that will convince the recruiter that yes, you have experience handling kids. Because as an ALT, you will be recruited to work in elementary school or junior high school. In most cases, it's junior high and elementary school. On rare occasions, you will work at high schools. And so any experience with kids would boost your chances. All right. And that is why you should include everything you did on your CV, which is relating to teaching. Okay. If you are a medical doctor, it does not have anything to do with teaching. So don't include it on your CV when you are looking for a job as a teacher. If you are looking for a job as a doctor, that is fine. So as a person, you can have different CVs, for different jobs. Okay? It's very important because people think because my certificate is in this, I have to write experiences in that, even though I'm applying for that job. If your certificate is in agriculture and you have experience in agriculture, and if you are looking for a teaching job, you cannot bring your agriculture experience to talk in your CV whilst applying for a teaching job. There are different things. Okay? All right? If you have experience in agriculture and you have been talking to kids on how to farm, and that is teaching. So you can talk about that. You have been teaching kids on how to farm. That is an experience in teaching, even though you are teaching agriculture. In that way, you can list it. Okay? But if you have been just on the farm, how to plant, you've been planting seeds, and it has nothing to do with kids, it has nothing to do with teaching, it wouldn't help you. Okay, all right, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine, Ima. Okay. All right. So, in that 3 minutes, I will be ending my live too. I think today, I believe YouTube is favoring us again. So, yeah. What other question you have? You can drop it so that I will answer it later. You can rewatch it and you can get it. Okay. If you have a question, drop it. That's fine. Thank you for joining. This is Adventures of Japan. My goal is for you to get hired in Japan in 2026 so that you can come in 2027. Okay. Because everybody applying this year, if successful, will be joining us in 2027. And that is why I'm here. I'm here to help you so that you get hired to come to Japan in 2027. Let's get under the light. Yeah. Okay. Is this okay? All right. So, this is Japan ALT Live. It is now a minute to 6 p.m. I just feel like telling you all these tips so that you get prepared wholly to come to Japan. I want to see you in Japan next year. Okay. Hajirin, where are you watching from? Hajirin, where are you watching from? Where are you watching from? Look, everybody that puts something into action succeeds. Okay? If you pay attention to my videos, if you put into your action that you are going to get hired, you will get hired. If you have any question, feel free, put them in. I'm here to answer it for you to the best of my knowledge, using my experience and any other experience I've gathered from people. Okay? My goal, I keep saying my goal is to see you in Japan. Come next year because no one will get to Japan this year if you are hired in May. No, it's not possible. It doesn't work that way. I have explained to you why, because they need to apply for a document for you, which takes about 3 months. It could be less, but maximum 3 months to be acquired. When it is acquired, it will be sent to you back in your country. Then you apply for the visa. Application for the visa doesn't actually take much time if you follow the instructions from the embassy. Somebody like me, with the advice I gave you, I contacted the embassy, and when they replied to me that I should bring this and that, after getting those documents, I called them again. I emailed it to them first. Then I called them that I've emailed them to them for them to check. Then I asked, when should I come for my visa interview or whatever? They gave me a date, and when I went, that day they gave me visa before their lunch time. Same day, I made a video about this on my channel. And someone just last week contacted me that he has followed my advice and they are now in talks with the embassy. I was super happy to hear that. Okay. Yeah, I was super glad to hear that. That is why I'm here. All that I'm saying is for you to just pick something. You might not pick everything I say, but even if it is one thing that you pick from my video, I am super glad. Yeah, so this is Adventures of Japan, and this is what I have for you to recap this live. I said, in order to make your CV stand out, you need to state all that your schools that you have attended, right from the university till high school. Because in Japan, if you do not mention your high school, it looks as if you are hiding a part of your life. It looks as if you are hiding a part of your schooling journey, which is considered abomination. Okay, so you need to include it, and you need to put your picture, passport picture. Wear an official attire, not something like this. I can't do this. You cannot wear something like this. Take a picture and put on your professional resume. All right? Yeah. Okay. That will be all for this live. Kindly share and subscribe for more. I will see you guys tomorrow with another interesting topic. Bye bye.